It's still not enough, but I still feel good after a good match. Pretty much. He's Morty. That's a little mortifying. Oh, and another girl. Let's just say I have some standards and I don't do girls. Oh, the Onyx. Its little cry. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, that guy. Don't ever change, Steelix. I love you. I love you, Steelix. Oh! I just realized we're already in part 2. I know it's obvious to you guys, but I can't really tell, so cut me some slack, okay? I'm just having fun with this, okay? Just let me have my fun. Oh. 5 chain. That's 5-tastic. I'll take it. I'll take it. So you can, of course, always press start to skip right past their dialogues, and usually I do that at any chance, given the chance, but I figure, what the heck? It's a Let's Play. Let's do things legitimately. Oh, Chuck. Alright, let's see if I can get a really brawly voice. Xianwen Jim Chuck. Hi there, come on in. I gotta tell ya, I'm pretty good, so get ready to fight. Oh my gosh, this is just getting worse and worse. Let's see how far bad I can get until I'm like past rock bottom. Like rock bottom is rock bottom. Interestingly, there are no rock gyms in this game. There is a steel. Yeah, there is a steel gym in this game, and it's like, come on, there were like how many steel types? 2? 3? And like 4 of those are magnetite, or magnemite. So what are you doing? I think that's an exaggeration, but I'm not really sure. I think it was really just Steelix and Magnemite. I mean, granted, Steelix is mildly good for a Pokemon, but Magnemite, seriously? You just, ugh. You know something's wrong when your gym leader just sends out like 3 Magnemites against you, and they're like, yeah, good enough. Oh, wow. Completely forgot I was playing a game. Actually, that's one of the coolest things about puzzle games, where if you just play it long enough, then eventually you get really good, that it just becomes instinct. And eventually you don't even have to pay attention to what you're doing anymore, and you can just let the game take over. Like that. I don't even know what I was doing there, and it just did it. This game. Of course, the biggest problem is, if you're no good at the puzzle game now, then just telling someone to, oh, just play it until it becomes instinct, it's not going to help. Alright, let's get rid of this Joker. Oh, alright. Well, I guess we just chucked him out of the way. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be doing any more voices. I mean, it was kind of fun, and then it just got weird, and you know, there's always a time in your life when you're watching like a bunch of anime and stuff, and you think, hey, I could be a voice actor. I can make my voice do the stuff. I can do that. And then you try it on camera, and you're like, well, that other career sounds pretty good. And then you realize, no, maybe you can't be a voice actor, and that's probably for the best. Yeah. Like one of those moments. Alright. Come on, I want to beat you really fast. I just did like a 4 chain and then a 3 chain, and then now I'm gonna do like a 2 chain? Come on. That was definitely leading up to be the best victory ever. So, alright, the differences between this game and Tetris Attack. Well, the screen is shorter on this one. Also, I think that it's less wide, too. Huh. That's a fair number of differences. I mean, you'd think, oh, just shorter game field, but nothing's really changed. Although, it does kind of give it to a different feel. I think it makes the game a bit more garbage heavy, where it's a lot easier to have the entire screen just filled with garbage, and then so the game becomes more and more and more and more about garbage. Also, too, the gameplay is slower relative to Tetris Attack, so that means you get a lot more time to deal with garbage, because Tetris Attack, it was like garbage would fall and just fall and fall, or garbage would like fall and then break, fall and then break, fall and then break. This one, it's like garbage falls, you break it, and then it's like do something. Whereas Tetris Attack is like bam, and you're like, hey, I could have done something. So it actually does have like a different feel from Tetris Attack. That being said, honestly, the games are kind of similar. So you're good at one, you're probably going to be good at the other. Give it a couple times. Is this game comparable at all to Pokemon Puzzle League on the N64? I'm not really sure why you'd be comparing the two, but I think that one's more like Tetris Attack. Although, the problem with that one is you have to play with the silly N64 controller, and I'll grudgingly admit the N64 controller definitely has its times, and it's not as terrible as everyone makes it out to be, but that being said, for the Tetris Attack kind of game, you want to use it like a Super Nintendo controller, and the N64 controller, not a Super Nintendo controller. I mean, you think you just have your hand on the left, hand on the right, but the D-pad's just not good enough, the A-pad, I don't know, it's just not a Super Nintendo controller. So don't ask it to be one. Oh gosh. Will this be the end for our intrepid hero? Did I almost say it? This game, it's making me confused. Oh gosh. Will this be the end? I actually don't know. Things are looking pretty good, because there eventually comes a point where, you can actually run out of blocks. So if you've got garbage on top of you and you've only got like one row of blocks to work with, you're essentially dead. So, I mean, while these heavy garbage situations are a great time to counterattack, they're also a time to really be cautious, because a couple wasted moves and then you're gone. That being said, this seal is out of here. Just get the stare down from Price. I'm a little colder already. Overcome anything, of course. I owned this game as a child. I've played through this game. I know what's what. It kind of proceeds on like this. Maybe you'll get to the Elite Four where it's like super garbage heavy, and then you can kind of start getting an appreciation for how intense would be intense. But, I mean, the game, it kind of continues on like this. Definitely a game that's a lot more fun to play than to watch, but what the heck, we'll give it a go. I do enjoy it. And I guess when you think about it, it is a little bit hypnotic. It's kind of like, how do you do that? How do you know what's gonna happen? Oh gosh, I think I know what's gonna happen. Oh wow, that counts as a chain? That was like the wussiest chain I've ever seen. Now, if you're playing Tetris Attack, like, really good, then it really does kind of start seeming like magic. Like, how could you have seen that? How do you know what's happening? If you're playing mediocrely, then it's just some chump playing Tetris Attack. Nothing too special. Well, I'll let you vote in the comments as to how well I'm doing. Of course, I think I'm doing amazingly, but you are, of course, free to disagree, no matter how wrong you may or may not be. I don't know. It's eventually you get to times like this where the matches are just dragging on. Just really, that's all you can say. They're dragging on, and you kind of wish that they were gone. I mean, it's like no health, but well, like I insisted earlier, persistence is a virtue, so we will persist. Oh. And I just screwed myself out of breaking the garbage. There were a lot of quick little gimmicks like that. Like, you just really have to know exactly how the game system works in order to have appreciation for... Well, okay, to be good at this game, you just have to know every single little in and out. Like, does it count if I move the block here? Or does that count as a chain? Does this count as a chain? All the quick little things like that. And I'm sure you're grasping some of it just by watching this, but... it's definitely an acquired game. Oh. Actually, sometimes if you go down there and you just keep pressing A, sometimes if you're unlucky enough, then you'll press A so fast that you'll rotate the block back. And that's never fun. I mean, basically, you try to add an extra to your chain, and then you end up taking one off your chain. And then, inevitably, you kind of screw yourself for, responding. It's the tragedies of the game. This is one of those high-danger garbage modes where you just have to, like, keep planning your next move so you always have something to break the next round of garbage with. Actually, that's, like I was saying earlier, that's more what this version tends to do. Just because its screen is a little more squat, so you end up with more situations like this. I don't know, as to whether or not this is better than Tetris Attack. I mean, Tetris Attack, once you go into this mode, it's a lot less about speed and more just about how well can you deal with some sort of onslaught, but I don't know, personally I kind of like the speedier Tetris Attack better, but this was the game that I had as a kid. So I played the hell out of this one, not Tetris Attack. Although I do enjoy Tetris Attack more. Oh! Oh, I was getting to another chain. Oh, and... yeah, so now we're getting to the point where it's like 5 minutes per match. So yeah, I know I didn't catch it last time, but this time I'm pretty sure we're gonna take a break. So, on that note, see you guys next episode.